Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. Thanks for checking us out at Jazz Wealth. I do appreciate it there. We're a fiduciary financial advisor, SEC registered, and doing a lot of cool things lately, so I hope you'll check us out. Anyways, if you're out there investing, did you buy yourself some JETS? I don't mean like the football team or the actual plane. I mean the ETF. It's actually become quite popular lately. A lot of people didn't even know it existed, but thanks to Mr. Warren Buffett, people were on the search, and I'd like to share some of that information with you here today. Do a bit of a deep dive into what you're investing in if you're looking at JETS. So without further ado, this is supposed to be a short video. Let's dive into it. Here is the performance of JETS during the virus decline. We define the virus decline as February 19th, 2020, as you can see by the red line up there. And at the bottom there, the low is, virus low is considered March 23rd, 2020. And you can see JETS has fallen basically almost 60%. It's bounced off the lows just a little bit since then. But basically, yeah, she's a weak one there, right? It's fallen quite a bit. Now, Warren Buffett kind of drew attention to this ETF in a way, not because he mentioned it, but he was basically just saying he exited all of his airline positions, Southwest, Delta, United, things like that. And what happened is everybody decided to bet against him. They all decided, well, I'm going to go in. So what you're seeing on the screen here is now the same chart of the decline in the JETS ETF, but the orange line shows the amount of assets that the company holds, meaning the dollars that it actually has. You could see that it was under 50 million for the longest time and has now risen to over 700 million as of this taping here in the terms of new dollars going into it. It's not a very big ETF, but it's getting bigger by the day, right? So investors basically said, I don't care. I want to buy a discount. I want to be diverse. I want to use an ETF to do it. Actually, even at Robinhood, you know, you can track all their data. Robinhood investors, less than 400 Robinhood users had chosen JETS. But after the decline there, and especially during Mr. Buffett's conference there, now it's over 22,000 users, which is not really a lot compared to Robinhood's users. But anyways, you could see the sharp spike in the number of Robinhood users that are going in as the markets decline. It's like they're listening to me, right? Things fall, you want to buy that discount. Anyways, let's go into the ETF just a little bit here and share some data with you. On the screen, you see all the holdings of the ETF. So if you decide to buy it, you're actually seeing what's inside of it. We also organize them by weight, meaning which stocks have the largest percentage inside of the JETS ETF. This is as of May 11th, so just so you know, in case something changes by the time I get this posted. American Airlines makes up the largest, Southwest makes up the second largest, basically 22% makes up the top two stocks. So you're sort of, you know, obviously they have a big weighting there. There's 35 total holdings in the position. If you were to count all the way to the top 10, you're going to see names that you recognize. 67%, if we add all of those up, equal up basically the top 10. So you're really investing in the top 10 here because it's very heavily weighted towards those. As you roll your way down there, you can see some of the other global airlines and different transportation categories there. And to kind of highlight that, oh, one more thing. Off to the right, you can see the year-to-date return. So we put that on there for you as well so you can kind of see. If you don't see year-to-date return on there, it's because we don't have the data on that one, couldn't give it to you. Anyways, the JETS ETF is broken into a couple industries. Now, basically, like I said, you're investing in airlines. 83% of the ETF is made up of airlines. They're down over 60% on the year as a group. And so you can imagine why the ETF is discounted, and I think you guys understand that. Air freight and logistics, there's a couple names in the mix there. Aerospace and defense, General Dynamics, things like that. Basically, just to break down the industries here, is primarily focused on airline ETF or airline stocks. Another way to look at it in terms of the performance relative to the weight, something I like to share on the closing beat with everybody, is kind of like a visual representation, a bubble chart. So what you're seeing is on the y-axis is the individual stock's performance year to date, right? So obviously everything is down. You got zero up there at the top. I don't know if I can see my cursor. Nope. So you've got zero there. Nothing is positive in the JETS ETF. So you're buying everything at a discount, at least relative to this year. As you work your way to the right, what you're seeing is the stocks that have more and more weighting. So as you saw on the prior screen there, American Airlines makes up the most, and you can confirm that by looking back on the spreadsheet if you like to look at that. American Airlines 11.32%, Southwest Airlines 11.26%, and if you look at this screen all the way over to the right, you can see those two make up the largest there. So just kind of a fun way to take a look at it there. If you're wanting to zoom in that much. So there you go. The bottom line is you're basically investing in the airlines. It is now the the heaviest in terms of volume ETF that represents the airlines. There are others out there, but they're not very good. They don't actually have that much in terms of volume, so there could be large spreads if you're familiar with that. And so everybody's chosen JETS ETF apparently in a big way. So, hey, let me know below. What do you think? Did you choose individual stocks? Did you just go buy the individual stocks and forego the expense ratio? Or did you decide to like to have some diversity there and I like what's inside the JETS ETF? Let me know. Be happy to see. Now, we manage our own funds here. We pick and choose the investments that go inside of them. So there are no expense ratios in terms of our portfolios. You can see all of those on the website, by the way, if you'd like to take a look. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. If I helped you in some way, hit the subscribe button. We do appreciate that. If you're looking for a financial advisor, no matter how big or small you are, and you just want some help from someone that's willing to teach, we love to teach, check us out, jazzwealth.com, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.